officially live. How's it going? So excited to be hanging out with you guys. I'm so excited to be here. It's been interesting going live every day once again. Is like got me re-fired up, trying to think about what are cool things I can share, what can I talk about, like what's the new things that we're doing that I can share with you guys. So I got some really fun stuff today to hang out with you guys to share with. But before we get started too quick, I just wanted to kind of say what's up. Let me know in the comments where you guys are calling in from. Right now we are streaming, I think, to Facebook, to YouTube, to LinkedIn, to Instagram. We're all over the place. So wherever you guys are calling in from, let me know so I can see in the comments here. I can watch where you guys are calling in from. It's always fun to see. And also, I've enjoyed, I don't know, you guys having a good time going live? I've been really enjoying this. It was weird last week. I went live the first 3 days, and then we're at the Dan Kennedy event, and we are going to try to go live, but it was hard because there was so much chaos, and I missed hanging out with you guys for a couple days. So I'm pumped to be back. We actually have the Think and Grow Rich Challenge happening starting tomorrow. So maybe we'll just stream parts of that too. I don't even know what's going to happen. So I may or may not be live, like directly hanging out with you guys like this the rest of the week, but we'll definitely be giving you guys some really cool stuff. So maybe we'll stream some of the Think Grow Rich Challenge for you guys so you don't miss it. But you should not miss it anyway. You should go to thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com and sign up. It'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, that's besides the point. In fact, today what I want to do is something different. I've been sharing you guys ideas and talking about publishing and showing different funnels and different concepts. But I had an idea this week. Me and Ben Moot were talking about this. Like, what could we share that'd be just different and unique? And so I thought, wouldn't it be cool to like show you guys the ads we make and how we make them and why we make them and how many of you guys would be interested in like seeing that part of it? Because I'm guessing a lot of you guys are like figuring out the funnel thing. You're figuring out publishing, but like, how do you actually go and create the ads? And so what I thought would be fun is Think and Grow Rich Challenge starts tomorrow. Which, by the way, shameless plug, you should go register at thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. But like after we got the funnel done, the next step for me as the creator, as the attractive character, whatever you want to call it, was to go and create a whole bunch of ads. And so I want to show you guys the process of like how I created the ads, what we did, what I was thinking about as I was doing it. And then on top of that, I'm going to show you guys which one is the number one highest converting ad right now. It's bringing in trials at like $1.50, or sorry, bringing in like opt-ins for like under $1.50. It's bringing in people to join the continuity program for under $100. Like it's crushing right now. So how many of you guys want to see that and see what's winning right now? Okay, that's gonna be the game plan. So this is what I want you to think about. So when you're creating a funnel, right, you go through the whole process, you create the funnel, and like while you're in the process of creating the funnel, is the best time to start creating the ads. Now this one, unfortunately, I didn't create any, like my favorite ads, like as you were creating the funnel to capture things. Like if you saw the Dan Kennedy event we did, like while we were building the funnel, I was like capturing things and those became ads. So like, a lot of times as I'm writing my webinar slides, I'll like film me like, I'm writing slides right now. It's gonna be so cool. I'm on slide 63. You're gonna love this one. Like those kind of ads do really well. But this one I didn't have that because the challenge was happening. Plus I was running the magnetic market. A whole bunch of stuff was happening. But I was about to leave town and they're like, we need some ads, Russell. And so I spent about an hour and I filmed these ads and it was the whole thing. So it took me an hour. From that we created, I don't even know, probably 20, 30 different ads. From those 20, 30 ads, we got a bunch of winners. So I'm actually gonna show you guys the ads and then talk through how we did. Is that cool? You guys, that'd be fun for you guys to do today? All right, that's the game plan. It's gonna be awesome. And not that my goal is for you to watch the ads and go register for the free challenge, but if you happen to do that, I'll be pumped about that as well. Okay, a couple things that are really cool. Number one, this is my new favorite gadget. You don't have to have this gadget. You can do it, like you can do the same thing with your phone. Like all the stuff I'm showing you, you can do with your phone and it'll be just as good. But I found this cool little gadget. Have you guys seen these yet? These are DJI's. DJI is like the big company that does the drones that fly over and make the cool videos. But this is like their new personal vlogging camera and it is shockingly good. So I should be getting paid for this, but I'm not. So you open it up, this is what it looks like. And what's cool is you flip the screen over, boom, and it turns on and you can see the thing right there, right? And it's got the camera that'll focus on me. So if I'm here and like it follows me around anywhere I go and you can see it, right? How to make this not blurry. So there's the screen. But what's cool is you can do the horizontal or you can flip it this way. And if you want, and then it's vertical, right? And so you can film the videos that way. And if I click on this, it'll flip it around. So now it's got my face. Can you see it's got my face? And it's got this insane facial tracking. So no matter where I go, like it follows me, so I can be like, whoa, what's happening? And it follows me everywhere I'm gonna go, right? In fact, right now it's freaking out because I moved my head too fast. Or I can do, there's vertical for Instagram, there's horizontal for YouTube or Facebook, whatever it is. And then like as soon as it captures your face, it'll just follow you everywhere you go. And the mic is shockingly good on it as well, which is really cool. So we actually filmed all these ads on this called the Osmo, on the Osmo. So there's the product pitch for a product I get no commissions on, but it's like my favorite little tool now. And so it's really cool. So that's how we film all these ads on this right here. But again, you can do the same things with your phone. So don't be like, I don't have an Osmo, Russell. I can't film things. You still can, but this one, anyway, it's just really cool. And they have this little thing. You can like set up as a stand. You can do all sorts of cool things. But anyway, it's really fun. So there's tip number one is the Osmo. That's how we film these. Now some of these I was actually holding the camera. Some of them Ben Moot was in the office that week, so some of them he was like holding it. Like I'm walking at him and he's like walking backwards, trying not to knock over desks and stuff. But again, we busted all these ads in about an hour, and it was a lot of fun. So that's kind of what we did and how it all started. So do you guys want to see some of these ads? All right, so we got basically 4 different types of ads I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to talk about it and we'll show you. So it might be 1 or 2 ads you'll watch. And I'm going to come back, explain next ones. We'll show them those, explain next ones, go back and forth. And when it's all said and done, then I'm going to show you the #1 highest converting ad from this batch of ads we created. And then hopefully you guys will see this. And then this is ideas you can use to model for all of your funnels. So funnel's done. Next step is creating the ads. Okay, so the very first set of ads we did is basically called the walk and talk in the office. So this is where basically I was like, and you notice in ads, if you're stagnant ad, like, hello, welcome to my ad, you should click on a link. Like those do well, but what typically does better is like motion ads where you are walking around the office, you are moving, you are taking someone from one location to another location. Like there's something happening and you're taking them on this journey. Excuse me, those type of ads, in my experience, traditionally do the best. And so these first few notes are walk and talks where we're literally walking around the office and I'm talking about the Think and Grow Rich book, talking about the challenge. I'm like trying to get people pumped about why they need to be part of this thing. I tried to have my energy at like level 10 as much as possible because that's what Russell does. And so that's kind of the game plan. So with that said, I'm gonna show you guys the first 3 ads we're gonna show you are called, we call them walk and talks. These are all ads of me walking around the office, talking, and then pitching. So you notice a couple of core things. If you've read my books before, there's always a hook, there's a story, and an offer. So see if you can see these all in the thing. You're gonna see a hook, a story, and offer. And from hooks, I'm looking at all sorts of hooks. Hooks can be a headline, it could be like the first thing I say, it could be a visual hook. Again, me walking through an office next to bookshelves can be a visual hook, something that as someone's on their phone streaming, that's gonna like grab their attention, right? So I'm always looking for these hooks, verbal, audio, background, video, different, like you'll notice I'm in different locations I'm filming these because I don't want every single one of my ads looking like this is the backdrop, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the setup. So right now, we're gonna watch 3 of these in a row. These are the first 3 walk and talk ads that we filmed here in the office. And we come back and I'll walk you guys through the next set of ads here right after that. So that said, let's keep the walk and talk ads in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, in my hands, I hold a book that literally changed the world. Can you guess what book it is? Now, this book is so powerful. During the last Great Depression, when the entire world was struggling, the author wrote this book to help get people out of the depression. In fact, the author of this book was the person who gave Franklin D. Roosevelt the phrase, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That mission, that message was the thing that got people out of depression, and this book came on the backside of it and helped restore prosperity to America, change the world. Can you guess what this book is? It is the book, one of my favorites of all time, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, who happens to be my favorite author. And what's cool is this book's amazing, but this week we're actually doing a challenge called the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, where not only am I going to be talking about the principles, my favorite stories from this book, not only some of my favorite speakers are going to be talking about the favorite things from the book, on top of that, Mr. Napoleon Hill is actually coming back from the grave to teach you guys. We found some video footage of him teaching these principles. They've never been seen by the world before, and this week we're going to be showing you all this stuff. So if you're not registered yet, this is where it's at, thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. You come register. It's completely free. For 3 days, I'm going to be training. Napoleon Hill's going to be training you. On top of that, some of my favorite speakers. We've got Tom Bilyeu, Dean Gracia, like all these amazing speakers are coming to train you guys on the principles of Think and Grow Rich. Right now, as you know, we're in some crazy times. Not too dissimilar from the Great Depression, at least we're not quite there yet, but I don't want to get there. I don't know about you. And so this book, just like it was the catalyst that got us out of the Great Depression, it's the catalyst that's going to get you out of the Great Depression, get you back to prosperity, helping you to think and to grow rich. And so if you want to register for this challenge, it's completely free. It's happening May 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's happening. It's live. Do not miss it. All you can go is thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. There's probably a link somewhere. Click on that. Come right here. It's completely free. Register and come hang out with us for 3 days, teaching you how to think and grow rich. All right, right now we are in the famous bathroom hall here at ClickFunnels headquarters, which is wallpapered in 2 Comma Club awards. Some people have won 2 Comma Club awards. And the question is, how do these people actually win a 2 Comma Club award? Well, most of them weren't like over superhumans. They weren't like smarter than anyone else. But one thing they were all able to do is they were all able to think and to grow rich. In fact, that's the premise of one of my favorite books of all time. I happen to write the foreword to this version of it, but Napoleon Hill wrote this book called Think and Grow Rich back in the early 1900s, which changed the world forever. And this is what every single of these entrepreneurs who had success did. They all learned how to think and to grow rich. Now this week we are doing a Think and Grow Rich challenge, which is going to be amazing. I'm going to be coming training on it, but on top of that, Mr. Napoleon Hill is coming back from the dead to teach you. We found some archival video footage that's never been seen before. So it's not going to be me just talking about it. Napoleon Hill's going to talk about it. I'm going to share some ideas, plus some of the greatest speakers and thought leaders in the world are all going to come talk and teach you how to think and grow rich. So do not miss it. There's a link down below, thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. Come hang out with us. It's going to be so much fun, and we'll see you on the challenge. Let's go. Hey, what's up? This is Russell Brunson, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about one of my favorite books in the world called Think and Grow Rich. If you guys read this book, if you haven't yet, I got good news for you. I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version. This week we are doing a Think and Grow Rich challenge, which is going to be so much fun. I'm going to come teach you the principles from this book that changed my life and teach you how to actually think and grow rich, which will be fun. And what else is interesting about this is not going to be just me teaching you this stuff. I will be teaching you some of my favorite things, the things that had the biggest impact on me. But on top of that, I've got some of the greatest thought leaders in the world coming to teach us stuff as well, where people who you would know their names. In fact, when you go to thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com, you'll see their names. But this book changed their lives. But on top of that, and this is the best part, we found some old video footage of Napoleon Hill teaching these principles. So not only are you going to hear from me and the top leaders who are alive today, you're going to hear from the man himself, Mr. Napoleon Hill. So there's a link down below. All you go is thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. Register, come hang out with us, and learn how to think and grow rich. Let's go. All right, so those are the walk and talks. You guys understand how that process works? So literally, grab your phone and walk and talk. Figure out different hooks, different things. You're talking excitement, like tell them what to do. Hook, story, offer, hook, story, offer. Like that's how the first three were set up. Okay, now we're gonna go. So now, after those three were done, I was like, okay, we need something visually different, right? If every single one of the ads again is the exact same, it's got to be different. So I went and walked to the office, found a different location. So in this one, I went to the other side of ClickFunnels HQ, where we have a stage. And so here, I was on the stage, grabbed the good old Osmo out, and this one I was talking to camera and just kind of pitched directly there with a different backdrop, different like visual hooks, so it looks different when it shows up inside somebody's feet. All right, so we have two of these that I filmed in the stage room. Again, notice hook, story, offer, notice the pitch, notice the kind of thing. Again, very simple, very easy, and very effective. So that said, here are two ads that we recorded on the stage here inside ClickFunnels HQ. So let's load those up here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey, what's up? This is Russell. Right now I am in ClickFunnels headquarters, and I'm in the event room because something special is happening here next week. We are doing a challenge called the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, where you're going to be learning from me, from some of the top thought leaders in the world, but more importantly, you're going to be learning from the man himself, Mr. Napoleon Hill, on how you can think and grow rich. And so all the magic's going to be happening right here on the stage, which is kind of fun. We'll have a big LED wall with pictures of Napoleon Hill on the back, me teaching you guys these principles, some of our top favorite people coming to teach as well, and then the best part, like I said, we got video footage of Napoleon Hill teaching these principles. Most of it's never been seen before. You have a chance to learn directly from him. So if you haven't had a chance to read this book yet, that's okay. We're gonna give you a Cliff Notes version live during the challenge. All you gotta do, if you go to thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com, you can see it there, or there should be a link down below. Click on that link, come register and come hang out with us for free for 3 days to learn from some of the best teachers on the planet, but more importantly, learn directly from Napoleon Hill himself. I'm excited to share this stuff with you guys. This book literally changed my life, and it can change your life as well if you'll just dive into it. So come hang out. We can call this the Cliff Notes version of the event. Even if you haven't read it yet, we're going to give you the best of the best, and it'll probably inspire you to read the book. But right now, just come and learn it and see how these things can actually help you to think and grow rich. I remember hearing the title the very first time, Think and Grow Rich, and I was like, what am I supposed to think about? I don't even know. Like, I'm thinking, I'm not rich yet. What do I do? And so, yeah, I'm going to teach you guys what you should be thinking about, how it works, and how to use these philosophies to change your life. So that said, come hang out in the challenge, thinkandgrowrich.com. Come hang out with us, and let's have some fun. Have you ever heard the book Think and Grow Rich, and you're sitting there thinking, like, think about what? Like, I'm thinking, why am I not rich yet? What's taking so long? I know when I first read that, the title of the book, that's my thought. It was just like, okay, well, I think all the time. I'm not rich yet. What's happening? Once I learned like what to think about and how to think, and like actually understanding how to master your mind, it changed everything for me. It was the catalyst for me launching a business, growing a company. Everything came from like understanding and mastering these principles. So if you've read the book, congratulations. You know what most people don't know. If you haven't read the book yet, I got good news for you. We're gonna be doing an event this week, 3-day event called Think and Grow Rich Challenge. And during this challenge, I'm gonna teach you guys the core principles that I learned. It's kind of like the Cliff Notes version. So if you don't have time to read the book this week, cool, come hang out with us, 3 days. We'll give you the Cliff Notes, the most important things that we learned from this book. I'm gonna be sharing with you how this book changed my life. I'm gonna be pulling the core principles out and giving them to you. Some of my favorite thought leaders in the planet are coming to teach you guys as well. This book also changed their lives. So they're gonna talk about how this thing and this thing actually changed everything for them. And then number 3 is we've got Napoleon Hill himself coming. I found some old archival footage of him, and we're gonna play that for you so you can actually not just hear it from us, but hear from the man himself, which will be really, really cool. So I'm pumped. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you want to hang out with us, it's completely free. Just go to thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com or click the link down below, and you're gonna get this book downloaded into your brain in 3 days, 90 minutes each day, and it's gonna be awesome. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the challenge, thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. Let's go. Okay, so do you guys have a room or a backdrop? You can do it in your kitchen or in your bathroom or in your bedroom, like just different visual backdrop, you yelling at your phone or your camera being like, blah, 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 go sign up for my challenge. Okay, next one. So I was like, okay, what else do we have? Like, like what are other things we have that could be hooks? And so I was looking at the book and I was like, oh, I wrote the forward for the book. I'm like, what if the ad was me literally reading the forward for the book? Because the forward to the book is me explaining why this book, how it changed my life, why it's so great. So I was like, just read the forward of the book. And I'm like, reading the forward of a book is kind of boring. Like, let me read to you for an ad. Like, so I was like, we need to do something where it's like more energy. So we decided to do the walk and talk. So similar to the other ones, we went out and I feel bad. We had to film this a couple times. Ben almost like tripped on himself because he's walking backwards and I'm like walking at him and there's cars coming behind us. It was, anyway, we had to do it a couple times before we nailed it. But it was basically just me like, this book changed my life. Let me read you my intro. Boom. Like, do you see how good that is? So again, hook, visual hook, me walking, hook of like, this book changed my life. Me reading the intro, that's the story, and then the offer, go register for the challenge. Okay, we did two versions of me reading the intro. One was us walking from the ClickFunnels office to another office, and number two was in the other office, sitting there with next to the Napoleon Hill typewriter, me reading it again. So same concept, two different visual hooks. Okay, once again, one of me walking, talking down the street, one of me inside the office. Same concept, but same story. A little different visual hooks, but same normal hook and the same offer. So notice how we took the same concept, ran two different ads. I have no idea which one's going to convert better, so we ran them both. So that said, check out the two versions of me reading the intro to the Think and Grow Rich book. Let's launch this one in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey, what's up? My name is Russell Brunson, and right now I'm holding a copy of one of my favorite books of all time. It's called Think and Grow Rich, and this copy is actually really special because I had a chance to write the foreword, and I actually want to read the foreword to you so you can see why this book is so important to me. But before I do, just FYI, this week we're doing what's called the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, which is going to be so cool. I'm going to come and train you guys on the principles from this book, but not only me, Napoleon Hill is actually coming back from the dead. We found some archival footage of him teaching these principles, so we're going to bring those back. And then on top of that, I got some of the greatest thought leaders and motivational and personal development gurus on the planet coming to teach these things for you as well. And it's completely free. All you gotta do is register down below at thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. It's gonna be awesome. All right, with that said, I'm gonna read you the foreword of this book to see why this is so important to me. All right, I still remember the very first time I heard the words Think and Grow Rich. It happened just a few months after I graduated from college. During the last few years when I was in school, I've been trying to figure out a business I could start between attending classes, wrestling at my university, and being a newlywed. I tried almost everything from buying books at thrift stores and trying to resell them on eBay to creating my own information products like my very first course teaching people how to make a potato gun, to hiring programmers to build little software tools that I thought would be helpful to others. As I got closer to graduation, I had a very few small successes, enough to know that the path I was pursuing could work. I just had to increase my skills. That's why just a few months after I graduated, I decided to attend my very first seminar on how to start a business online. It was at this seminar where one of the very first speakers asked the question, who here's ever read the book Think and Grow Rich? I quietly sat there and watched the majority of the room quickly raise their hands. As their hands started to slowly go back down, the speaker told the story about Napoleon Hill meeting with Andrew Carnegie and the commission he was given to spend 20 years interviewing the most successful people in the world. And from that work, Napoleon Hill put together the first philosophy on personal achievement that the world had ever seen. The speaker told us it was originally written in an 8-volume series titled The Laws of Success. But a few years later, Napoleon wrote a book that was a condensed version of his philosophy and written specifically for entrepreneurs and for business owners. That book was Think and Grow Rich. I still remember hearing those words, think and grow rich. What did that mean? I knew I wanted to grow rich, but I didn't know how. By thinking? Thinking about what? Probably the same questions you're asking yourself, right? I was a little intrigued, but also a little confused. I looked down at my notes, drew 2 asterisks to make sure I wouldn't forget, and wrote, buy a copy of Think and Grow Rich tonight. That night in my hotel room, I logged into a new website that I'd recently heard about called Amazon.com, and I placed an order for the book. Little did I know what impact that book would have on my life. After the book showed up in my house and I slowly opened it, I remember thinking that this was going to be one of those moments in life when everything was about to change. I had in my hands the blueprint I needed to achieve success in this new area of my life. Over the next few weeks and months, I read and reread the book that I felt had been specifically written for me. From it, I learned how to craft a definite purpose, and from there, how to create a plan to achieve that purpose. I learned about my conscious and my subconscious minds and how to use auto-suggestion to help design the reality I wanted to create. I learned about the power of a mastermind and more. But as fascinating as these lessons were to me, the more amazing thing was what happened after I started applying the principles. I chose goals, created a plan, built a mastermind group, and learned to train my mind to achieve my purposes. By the way, that's the most important part about this book, okay? I chose goals, created a plan, built a mastermind, and learned to train my mind to achieve my purposes. My little startup grew from a few $1,000s a month to almost $1 million a day in sales, all from the products and services I created from my mind. Yes, I was thinking in a way that actually helped me to grow rich. But the hidden benefit I didn't know about or expect was when I started this journey was the impact that the things I was creating would have on my customers. I watched as the things that I created in my mind not only made me wealthy, but also changed the lives of the people that I had been called to serve in the same way that Napoleon's work was changing my life almost 100 years after he had first written this book. In your hands, you have a copy of the original book. I'm excited for you because I know that this could be one of those moments in life when everything changes. It happened to me, and it's happened for millions of others before who have read and applied the principles from this book. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. It's your time to think and grow rich. The journey ahead will be one of the most rewarding and fulfilling paths you'll ever experience in this life. Use this book as a catalyst to change the lives of people that you've been called to serve as you think and grow rich. So there's my forward for the Think and Grow Rich book. If that's what you're excited about this, I don't know what's going to, but on top of just reading the book, we're actually doing a challenge this week called the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, which is gonna be so much fun, where we're gonna be going through the principles and teaching you all the stuff from the book. I'm gonna teach you the things that have the biggest impact on me, right? Kind of like the Cliff Notes, like here's the stuff I figured out like you need to use. But on top of that, we've got actually footage of Napoleon Hill teaching these principles. He's gonna come and share these things with you as well. I got some of the top thought leaders and personal development gurus on the planet coming as well. So if you wanna come think and grow rich, come hang out with us on the challenge. It's free, it's 3 days long. There's a link down below. Come think and grow rich with us. We'll see you guys on the challenge. Hey, what's up? This is Russell, and I'm here today to tell you guys, to show you something really cool actually. This right here is actually Napoleon Hill's typewriter. Not like a copy of one I bought. Like this was from his office. He wrote a lot of his works on here. In fact, he probably wrote at least part of this book, Think and Grow Rich, on this actual typewriter, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. I was gifted this from the Napoleon Hill Foundation, and it's just one of my favorite things in the entire world. So this is special to me because this book literally changed my life. When I first got started in my entrepreneur career, everyone I knew was talking about this book and told me I should read it. And so I had a chance to read it and change everything for me. And this copy's cool because I actually wrote the foreword, and I want to read you the foreword if you're cool with that, just so you can see why this is something I'm so passionate about. But before I read it, just know that this week we're doing a Think and Grow Rich challenge, and I want you to come hang out with us. Like, I'm going to be teaching these principles. I got some of the top thought leaders in the world come and teach, but on top of that, Napoleon Hill himself, we found some video footage of him. He's going to come teach these principles to you too, which is going to be so fun. So do not miss it. It's coming up. There's a link down below. And with that said, I'm going to read you the foreword that I wrote for this book so you can see why it's so special to me and why I'm so passionate about you coming down this challenge, being here, and hopefully someday reading the book as well. All right, so here it goes. I still remember the very first time I heard the words Think and Grow Rich. It happened just a few months after I graduated from college. During the last few years when I was in school, I'd been trying to figure out a business I could start between attending classes, wrestling at my university, and being a newlywed. I tried almost everything, from buying books at thrift stores and trying to resell them on eBay, to creating my own information products, like my very first course on how to teach people how to make a potato gun, to hiring programmers to build little software tools that I thought would be helpful to others. As I got closer to graduation, I had very few small successes, enough to know that the path I was pursuing could work. I just had increased my skills. That's why just a few months after I graduated, I decided to attend my very first seminar on how to start a business online. It was at this seminar where one of the very first speakers asked the question, who here has ever read the book Think and Grow Rich? I quietly sat there as I watched the majority of the room quickly raise their hands. As their hands started to slowly go back down, the speaker told a story about Napoleon Hill's meeting with Andrew Carnegie and the commission he was given to spend 20 years interviewing the most successful people in the world. From that work, Napoleon Hill put together the very first philosophy on personal achievement that the world has ever seen. The speaker told us it was originally written in an 8-volume series titled The Law of Success. But a few years later, Napoleon Hill wrote a book that was a condensed version of his philosophy and written specifically for entrepreneurs and business owners. That book was Think and Grow Rich. I still remember hearing those words, think and grow rich. What did that mean? I knew I wanted to grow rich, but I didn't know how. By thinking? Thinking about what? I was intrigued, but also a little confused. I looked down at my notes, drew 2 asterisks to make sure I wouldn't forget, and wrote, buy a copy of Think and Grow Rich tonight. That night in my hotel room, I logged into a new website that I had recently heard about called Amazon.com, and I placed an order for the book. Little did I know what impact that book would have on my life. After the book showed up in my house, I slowly opened it. I remember thinking that this was going to be one of those moments in life when everything was about to change. I had in my hands the blueprint I needed to achieve success in this new area of my life. Over the next few weeks and months, I read and reread a book that felt like it had been written specifically for me. From it, I learned how to craft a definite purpose, and from there, how to create a plan to achieve that purpose. I learned about my conscious, my subconscious minds, and how autosuggestion could help to design the reality I wanted to create. I learned about the power of the mastermind and more. But as fascinating as these lessons were to me, the more amazing thing was what happened after I started to apply the principles. I chose goals, created a plan, built a mastermind group, and learned to train my mind to achieve my purposes. My little startup grew from a few $1,000s a month to almost $1 million a day in sales, all from products and services I had created from my own mind. Yes, I was thinking in a way that helped me to actually grow rich. But the hidden benefit I didn't know about or expect when I started this journey was the impact the things I was creating would have on my customers. I watched as the things that I created in my mind not only made me wealthy, but also changed the lives of the people that I had been called to serve in the same way that Napoleon's work was changing my life almost 100 years after he had first written this book. In your hands, you have a copy of the original book. I'm excited for you because I know that this could be one of those moments in life when everything changes. It happened to me, and it's happened for millions of others before you who have read and applied the principles from this book. Now it's your turn. Now it's your time to think and grow rich. The journey ahead will be one of the most rewarding and fulfilling paths you've ever experienced in this life. Use this book as a catalyst to change lives of the people you've been called to serve as you think and grow rich. So that's why this book is so important to me. It's why I'm doing this challenge. I do not want you to miss it. Even if you haven't read this book yet, or if you have, either way, you need to show up this challenge. It's completely free. There's a link down below, thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. And again, on this, I'm going to be teaching you guys the principles from this book that changed my life the most. I got some top thought leaders in the world coming, but most importantly is we've got Napoleon Hill himself going to come and teach you guys. Just some old video footage of him teaching these principles we're going to bring back from the dead and show you guys this stuff so you can learn directly from the man himself, Mr. Napoleon Hill. So with that said, come hang out with us on the challenge, completely free. You have a chance to learn from this guy himself. Again, this is his typewriter. How crazy is that he wrote this book on? I don't even want to touch it. I don't want to ruin it, but you guys have a chance to learn from him himself. So make sure you show up at this challenge. It's free. The link down below. Come hang out at thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. Okay. All right, welcome back. Do you see how this works? Like, it's just finding things in your environment. Now, what's fun is like after we walked to the Napoleon Hill room where I read the second intro, then I was like, okay, we're here. Let's just find a whole bunch of other visual hooks and do a bunch of other things. So we actually ended up recording 6 other ones inside of where I store a bunch of my books. And I'm going to show you the first 5, and then I'm going to show you afterwards. I'm going to come back, and then there's one that's the winner. That's beating all the other ads. It's crushing it. And I'm curious if you'll be able to figure out why. Like, why did that one win versus the others? And, you know, we're running... of all the ads, I think there's like 3 or 4 actively running right now. They're doing well. And then again, I'll show you the best one. But the goal here is, again, I'm at this spot. I still got my camera out. The battery's not dead yet. I filmed 3 or 4 ads. Like, let's just do a bunch more. And so I was trying to find, again, you'll notice, trying to find visual hooks, conceptual hooks, things that are just different. The story and the offer is almost the same every single time, but the hooks are different, right? So I'm trying different hooks, different layouts, different backdrops, different I can hold up, different, what do they call them, chotskis, different things to like stop someone in the middle of a scroll, like a Napoleon Hill check, or me going through a filing cabinet, or just weird stuff to grab their attention, stop them long enough that I can tell them story and then make them the offer, right? Hook, story, offer. That's the whole goal. So I'm going to show you guys 5 of these that happen inside of the library of the vault, and then I'll come back and then we will show you guys the #1 ad of this campaign. Does that sound good? Okay, with that said, we've got 5 ads showing different visual hooks from the library. Let's cue it up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hey, what's up? This is Russell. I know lighting is bad in this room. This is one of my secret rooms where I got a bunch of really cool things that I've collected for Napoleon Hill. So if you don't know Napoleon Hill yet, he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, which is one of the greatest books of all time. This is actually the book that got America out of the Great Depression. I don't know if you knew that or not. Like, we were in the Great Depression. He worked with Franklin D. Roosevelt. He actually gave FDR the quote, "The only way you have to fear is fear yourself," which is crazy. And then on the backside of that, this book came out, which helped propel America out of the Great Depression. Over 100 million copies have been sold of it. Anyway, we're doing Think and Grow Rich Challenge this week because I'm obsessed with this topic. So there's a link down below to go register. Come hang out with us. It's going to be really fun because I'm going to teach, but on top of that, we found some video footage. In fact, I got video footage, old archival videos of him teaching, and we're going to be watching. So you have a chance to learn directly from the man, the myth, the legend himself. But check this out. This is my filing cabinet with like some of my favorite Napoleon Hill stuff that no one's ever seen before. So right here, this is like a whole bunch of lost Napoleon Hill writing, stuff that never got published before. This is him talking about subconscious mind, like conscious for subconscious, like, it's so cool. Anyway, again, there's so many things here that like no one's ever seen before. I'm hoping to figure out how to republish these someday. Right here, these are a whole bunch of advertisements for Think and Grow Rich. These are original ads from way back in the day. Paid $1.50 for the book. Here's another, you know, it's so cool. Napoleon Hill ads. I've got his biography. I got him and Ogmandino CD of them teaching together. We got Napoleon Hill postcards from his wife on vacations. I got all the postcards from their world travels. I got some really cool pictures of Napoleon Hill and his wife and their dogs. Like, just, anyway, just some really cool things the world's never seen before. What else we got? There's him home Think and Grow Rich. Boom, there's another copy of it. Way back in the day, and I actually have this exact copy that he's holding his hands in the other room, which is kind of fun. Think and Grow Rich Road radio program. Anyway, there's so much cool things. Napoleon Hill papers. Here's checks Napoleon Hill's dad wrote. There's anyway, it goes on and on. There's so many cool things. Here's Napoleon Hill talking about Mormons, which is really fun and exciting for people like me. Here's some of his early writings when his name was not Napoleon Hill, but Oliver Napoleon Hill. So before he changed his name to using his middle name. Anyway, it just goes on and on. So yeah, There's so much cool Napoleon Hill stuff, but we're gonna be sharing with you guys the best of the best during the live challenge coming up. There's a link down below, thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. We're gonna teach you guys the principles from this book, how you can think and grow rich and change your life. It's gonna be so much fun, so do not miss it. Link down below, register, come hang out with us. I'm gonna be teaching, Napoleon Hill is gonna teach, some of the top thought leaders on the planet are gonna be teaching you guys how to do this thing, which is really exciting, which is how do you think and grow rich. So click the link down below, come hang out with us, and we're gonna have some fun. What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Napoleon Hill with his dog and the book Think and Grow Rich and his typewriter and a whole bunch of other really cool things. But I'm here today to tell you about Mr. Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich because this week something really exciting is happening. We are doing the first time ever a Think and Grow Rich challenge to help people to think and grow rich, all based on the principles of this book from Mr. Napoleon Hill, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And this challenge is completely free. There's a link down below to register. But the reason why this challenge is different and special, I've seen people do challenges or do things where they teach the principles of the book, which is great. And I'm going to be teaching some principles. I got some top thought leaders in the world teaching principles. One thing that most of you guys have never seen before is Napoleon Hill, obviously, he was the originator of these. He taught these things way back in the day. But the problem is, like, we can't have him here. He passed away a long time ago. But check out what we did find. Right here, these are actual video footage of Napoleon Hill teaching Think and Grow Rich. And so check these out. Like, how cool is this? This is the actual video footage. And so we found a company and a team who's taking this footage and they're actually pulling it off of these old video reels. And instead of just hearing me talk about Think and Grow Rich, you're gonna have a chance to hear Napoleon Hill talk about Think and Grow Rich from the video footage. So it's kind of insane. Anyway, we just got these all digitalized and they are so cool. And I can't wait to share them with you. But check it out, isn't that cool? So these are all of the video footage of Napoleon Hill teaching Think and Grow Rich, Laws of Success, all his best principles. It's the only known copy of the original. I got these from the Napoleon Hill Foundation, which is kind of crazy. So thank you, Don Green, for sharing these things with me. And that's kind of game plan. So that's what we're doing. We're going to learn about Think and Grow Rich on the challenge. It'll be so much fun. You'll learn from me, other people, but most importantly, you hear from Mr. Napoleon Hill. So do not miss it. It's completely free. It's coming up next week. Link, thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com or click the link down below and come hang out with us for the challenge. All right, I want to show you guys something really cool. This is actually a signed check by Napoleon Hill. I think it's the only known copy. I got in a bidding war at a Napoleon Hill auction for this. It's kind of cool because it's actually signed by him. It was a check that he wrote for Southwest Film Processing Company for $1,500. And $1,500 way back in the day, it's probably, I don't know, $150,000 in today's numbers. So there you go. There's a paid check. And I'm showing you this, guys, because this week we're doing something really special. If you know Napoleon Hill, you know that I'm his biggest fan, one of my favorite authors. And he wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, which if you haven't read it, you should totally read it. It's really good. But even more so, the reason why I love this book is because it's the catalyst that changed my life. Back when I read it, back at the very beginning of my entrepreneur journey, it helped me think and grow rich, change everything for me. And so we're doing a live challenge this week to go through the principles of this book. And I want you to be there. It's completely free. It's not going to cost you anything. It's 3 days long. I'm going to teach. I got some of the top thought leaders on the planet coming to teach. But more importantly, we've got actual Mr. Napoleon Hill is going to be coming and teaching. We found some archival footage of him teaching these principles. So I'm going to show you those videos. So instead of me just talking about it, the man himself is going to be teaching you guys these principles of how to think and grow rich. It's going to be amazing. So if you haven't registered yet, it's completely free. It's linked down below. Click on it and come hang out with us on the Think and Grow Rich Challenge. What's up? This is Russell, and check this out. This is actually a signed check from my mentor, Napoleon Hill, which is kind of cool. It's the check he wrote out for $1,500 to the Southwest Film Processing Company. I believe it's the only known copy of a signed check, though, from him. So I got in a bidding war at a Napoleon Hill auction for this, and it cost me more than $1,500 to get the check. But anyway, one of my favorite kind of, pieces of the Napoleon Hill collection here is a signed check from him. Now, the reason I want to show you guys this is because this week we're doing something really special. Napoleon is one of my mentors. He's someone I've learned a lot from, but he was like the catalyst for, in my life, when I was trying to figure out how to start a business. I read this book. I heard people talking about it, so I read Think and Grow Rich, and this book literally changed my life forever. And so this week we're doing a Think and Grow Rich challenge, which is going to be so cool. I'm going to share with you guys the principles from this book that changed my life, and then I have some of the top thought leaders in the world coming to teach on this as well. And even cooler is, instead of just hearing it from us, I found some old video archival footage of Napoleon Hill teaching this stuff. So he's going to come and actually share with you guys his thoughts about this. So you can learn directly from the man himself, Napoleon Hill. It's going to be a lot of fun. So with that said, click the link down below. It's completely free to register. It's a 3-day challenge, and come hang out with us. We're going to have some fun. We're going to teach you how to think and grow rich. This will definitely change your life, and it could change your business, could change everything. So do not miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun to learn from Mr. Napoleon Hill himself during the first ever Think and Grow Rich challenge. Hey, what's up? This is Russell, and you want to see some really cool Napoleon Hill stuff from inside the safe? I got some cool stuff. This is one of my favorites. This year at Funnel Hacking Live, Don Green, who's the head of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, actually presented me with the Napoleon Hill gold medal, which is right here. This is the same gold medal that was presented to people like Og Mandino, Ted Turner, Randall Jennings, a whole bunch of like really famous people, and I got awarded the award, which is really cool for my effort in marketing. So it's an actual gold medal, which is crazy, which is one of the reasons why it's in the safe. But I have some other cool Napoleon Hill stuff. Another one, I actually have two signed copies of Think and Grow Rich. Here's one right here. Oh, Think and Grow Rich. This one is signed. It's got some ads inside, which is kind of fun. But there's Napoleon Hill's signature in blue, which is kind of fun. And then I've got another first edition. This one I keep inside of this because it's one of my favorite copies of it. Boom, check that out. We got the ad right here, and then we got Think and Grow Rich there. I got so many cool things I can show you. There's a book set that Napoleon Hill wrote in the 40s that never got published because World War II came out, called Mental Dynamite. Oh, here's the first edition of this. This copy was actually owned by his wife. It's got her notes in here, her annotations. It's called Mental Dynamite. You guys want to read it? It's so good. No one's ever read it before, which is crazy. What else we got? What else we got? This is actually a lecture series. So this is someone who actually sat in the audience. It was after Napoleon Hill had written the book Laws of Success, but this is someone who sat in the audience and actually dictated like a 2 or 3 day seminar from Napoleon Hill. This is one of the new things I just got. It is so cool. Check it out. The success lectures from Napoleon Hill, verbatim. And if you open up, it's like him teaching all the principles. It's so cool. This is from excerpts from a lecture given by Mr. Napoleon Hill, April 13th, 1931. Transcription from a stenograph, notes taken by Mr. Thomas Haxford. Anyway, this is the whole think about it. You read the book Laws of Success, which is great. This is like him sitting in a seminar, like teaching, and someone's taking verbatim notes. It's like you can hear him actually speaking to you, which is so cool. In fact, speaking of cool times to have a chance here in Napoleon Hill, we're doing a Think and Grow Rich challenge. It's coming up this week, and we're going to be going through the principles from this book so you can learn how to think and grow rich and be more successful. And I'm going to come teach some of this stuff, but more important to me, we found some video archival footage of Napoleon Hill teaching these principles. And so he's going to be on there actually teaching you guys how to think and grow rich. Plus, we got some of the top thought leaders in the world coming as well. It's going to be so much fun. So if you want to come hang out with us, go to thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com, or there's probably a link down below. Click on that. Come register. It's completely free. And this is one of those events that could literally change your life forever. So come be part of it. Do not miss it. It's going to be so much fun. You have a chance to hear from Napoleon Hill himself. And again, you can tell I'm mildly obsessed with him because he's one of my favorite authors. I've learned so much from him. He's literally changed my life, and now he can change your life as well. But only if you come join us on the challenge. So thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com, or click the link down below and come hang out with us and come learn from the man himself, Mr. Napoleon Hill. Let's go. All right, you guys. We got one more. You guys ready? You've seen all the ads. I think so far we showed you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You've seen 12 ads so far. So a couple things. Number one, if you come this far, I hope that you've registered for the Think and Grow Rich Challenge. You'd be crazy not to. So that's number one. But number two, more importantly, I hope you're getting some ideas on how to run ads, how we create them, why we do it that way, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so the last one, this one is the winner. Now, as you guys are watching this, I want you guys to blow up the comments with why you think this one won. Okay, you never know why an ad wins. Like everyone's like, this ad won because of blah, blah. Like, you never know. With human psychology, like, humans are crazy. We have no idea why or why not. But I'm always like trying to do my best educated guess. Because if I can figure out this is why this one won or didn't win, then from there I can try to create more things like that, right? And so I'm curious what your belief is why this one was the winner. I have my thoughts, but I'm curious yours are. So as you're watching it, comment like, oh, it's because of this. Like, oh, this is the reason why. This is the reason why it was the winner of all the ads. And let me know, okay? So that said, you guys ready? I need some drum rolls. Drum roll, please. Here we go. The number one winning ad from the Think and Grow Rich Challenge campaign going live to you in 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up? This is Russell Brunson. I'm here inside of my Napoleon Hill room. This is where I keep all like my favorite Napoleon Hill books and courses and products, some stuff you guys have never even seen before. I got records, everything. But I want to show you something really special I actually have in the vault that didn't make it into this room. And you've probably heard about this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's one of my favorites of all time. In fact, this week we're doing a Think and Grow Rich challenge where we're teaching the principles from this book, and you can register down below. But before you get into the challenge, I want to show you something cool. So again, this is Think and Grow Rich. I have a first edition signed copy in the safe. Do you guys want to see what it looks like? Okay, don't look right here. I'm going to do the safe password. All right. This is where all my favorite, most rare, most expensive books are. And here is Think and Grow Rich. If you come right here, I'll show you. Open this one up. This is the box I had created for it. This is, and right here, check it out. There's some ads for the original book, which is kind of fun. And this is the first edition signed copy. Put this up here. Okay, check it out. Think and Grow Rich. Open up inside. This was signed to Renee and Ralph Haviland with the author's best wishes, Napoleon Hill. So anyway, one of my favorite things in my collection. I got some really cool Napoleon Hill stuff, but the first edition signed copy of Think and Grow Rich, come on. All right, now if you want to learn how to think and grow rich, we are doing a live challenge this week. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna be speaking and telling you guys the principles I learned from this book that changed my life. But we also got Napoleon Hill, the man, the myth, the legend. We got video footage of him coming. He's gonna come and actually teach you guys why he wrote this book and the stuff, a lot of the principles from inside. And we also got some of the top thought leaders on the planet coming to speak as well. It's gonna be so much fun. So if you wanna come and hang out with us, it's completely free, thinkandgrowchallenge.com, or click the link down below, come hang out with us, and you're gonna learn all the principles from my man, Mr. Napoleon Hill, on how you can think and grow rich. And hope you guys enjoyed seeing a first edition signed copy of the book. All right. So drop in the comments right now. Why do you think that one was the winner? I'm curious. I want to see what you guys are thinking, why you're thinking it. I can tell you my thoughts. I think that human beings, they just love, like, I don't know, the curiosity, like what's happening. I think me going to the safe and pulling the thing out and showing it, it's like it brings people into the process, right? I remember years ago hearing Frank Kern talk about the fact that, and he wasn't talking about ads, he was talking about video sales letters, but he said that if you take somebody on a journey, not just like a verbal journey, but like a physical journey where you start in one spot and you're leaving, like they're going to come with you on the journey and then they feel more bought into it. So like a lot of his ads back in the day, a lot of, not his ads, but his video sales letters that Frank did were really powerful for me. It's like he'd be at his house and he'd be like, you know, he's like the hero in the ordinary world. He was going on this adventure with the person, with the viewer. So he'd be at his house and he's like grabbing his keys, like, hey guys, what's going on? Drops the hook. I want to take you guys with me. And he walk out, jump in his car, and he drives somewhere. And so he's like in the drive, like talking about where they're going. They get to the spot, and then he finish the video sales letter in this different location, right? And like that concept of taking your customer on this journey. I think that last ad was really cool because it's like taking you on a journey, and then sitting inside the safe, and I'm opening it. And there's curiosity and all these different things that gets you sucked in long enough to hear what the offer actually is, right? Hook story offer is all about that. It's like grabbing someone's attention long enough that you can tell them a story, then having the story good enough that builds up the perceived value of the thing you're trying to offer, and then making the offer. The biggest mistake most people make is they just throw out offers, offer. It's like, no. You got to hook them first, right? To grab their attention, tell them a story to increase the perceived value of the thing you're going to offer, and then make the offer. Like that's the magic formula. I think that ad nailed it, which is, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of my thoughts. It made me think more like, what else could I do? What else could I show them out of the safe to get people excited to like go and see the next thing? So anyway, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that wasn't, it's weird, like, hey, do you want to watch ads with me? But hopefully it was powerful. Ben and I were talking in the future, we thought it'd be fun to go back through and show you guys, like, because even like the expert secrets book, .com secrets, like all these different things, like we created so many ads. Like I've created ads where I'm hanging from the ceiling, ones where I'm the devil versus the angel, like on my own shoulder, like all sort of, like we have so many fun ads. Some were good, some were bad, some were embarrassing and so cringy that like I'm embarrassed to even show. But how many of you guys, I'm just curious, how many of you guys enjoyed it? Was it valuable for you guys to see the ads and think through how we did it and why we did it? Because I think it'd be fun to do more of these, maybe once a week or something. We pull an ad campaign and show you all this stuff. And maybe selfishly, it gets you to actually go and sign up for the thing we're trying to offer anyway. I don't know. Maybe that's my evil motivation. I don't know. Speaking of, if you haven't signed up for Think and Grow Rich Challenge yet, you should go to thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com and sign up. We start tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. 3 days. As you saw from the ads, we'll be streaming a whole bunch of stuff in Napoleon Hill, which will be cool. So that's kind of the game plan. And yeah, it starts tomorrow. Again, I probably won't go live tomorrow because I've been going live there. But if we can, we'll try to stream it. But I don't know if that's going to work. Anyway, I have no idea. So if I'm not able to stream it, just go register. That way you don't miss it. And I'll be going live for 3 days with me and a whole bunch of other really cool speakers. I'll be sharing some really cool things from Napoleon Hill. You have a chance to see what a 3-day challenge looks like. Will I be making an offer? Yeah, if not, then I'm not Russell Brunson and I'm not practicing what I preach. So yes, there'll be an offer made. Just go watch it, watch how I do it, watch the offer, the perfect webinar, the stack, the close, like go take notes. Like I always tell people, if you're going to buy something from me, buy slowly. Like, you know, as much as like the thing that I'm selling at the end is great, like the process of how I'm doing things, that's worth the price of admission by itself, right? I mean, most stuff I'm selling is like me explaining how I did what we just did, right? And so it's like, here's what Russell just did. Like you can actually experience it live, and it may bomb. I don't even know. It may be awesome. We have no idea until we get into it. But I'm excited to find out. Are you guys excited to find out? So come watch me live. Come see and see how it all turns out. So I don't know. It's gonna be fun. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I love doing these, love hanging out with you guys, and I hope you got some value from this one. And I would say go out there. If you got an Osmo, go bust out 15 ads in the next hour. If you don't, grab your phone, bust out 15 ads, same kind of thing. No excuses. Go out there and just do it, and just do that consistently. Right. Every time I create a new funnel, that's the first step when we're like funnel's done or mostly done, or it's just busting out a whole bunch of different ads, figuring out different hooks and different angles. And then when you find out the ones that work well, then you double down. Like I know going through all those, how many 15 ads we showed you, we had on the winner. Like if this was when this becomes an evergreen funnel, I will go back to the winner and then we'll go make probably 20 variations of that winner, modeling as close as we can, just different hooks, different angles. But like when you find the winner, it's like make more of that. Like do more of that one. I remember Dean Graciosi telling me when, we talked about this last week, I think, when I showed you his presentation from Funnel Hacking Live. But that's how it was with his book. Like his book, he capped out selling 100,000 copies and he got stuck. He kept trying different hooks, and finally figured out the hook that worked. Then book started selling, and then now, as soon as he figured out that hook, then he went and made like 200 ads based on that hook, and that's what took it from 100,000 books to 500,000 books, right? So it's just like, you never know. You're just throwing stuff in the marketplace, throwing hooks out there, trying to figure out what the fish are going to bite on, and then when you figure out like, oh, these fish are biting on power bait, or they're biting on worms, or whatever it is, it's like, cool, throw out more worms, like as many as you can, right? But that's the game, and it's a fun part of the process. I like it because it's like, I don't know, you just riff and just have fun and just, I don't know, just try stuff and see what works. And you saw how like not professional the videos were. It was about us walking down the street, almost get hit by a car, like reading something from the book, right? Pulling something from the content or pulling something out that's interesting, right? Telling stories, visual cues. I got to make all this book hoarding, I got to make my money back from it. So I got to show books in the videos. That's how, that's how I can justify me spending money on all the books and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, with that said, you guys, I appreciate you. The last couple things, as always, is make sure you're on the texting list. As you guys know, we text before I go live every single day. So make sure you're on the texting list. I'm sure we'll send out a text tomorrow notifying you guys of the Think and Grow Rich Challenge. I'll probably send it out an hour before and just be like, don't forget to get on the challenge. But make sure you're on the texting list. We also finally got it set for international. So if you go to WhatsApp, you log into WhatsApp and you text the number, it will work there. I heard from somebody saying that like if you add me as a contact first and then text it, it works better through WhatsApp. I don't know. I'm not a WhatsApper. I'm a Voxer guy. So, I don't know how WhatsApp works, but apparently if you add me as a contact first and then text it, then it'll communicate with you and it works better that way. So that's rumor on the streets from all my WhatsApp. It's WhatsApp, right? Not ManyChat. I get WhatsApp and ManyChat mixed up every time. So I nailed it. I said it right. WhatsApp, let's go. So anyway, we're going to cue the video. It's like 2 minutes long. It's going to explain how to text to get on the texting list and tell you about the prize. As soon as we get to 50,000 people on texting list, we're doing a 5-day consult. You come out in Boise and we're going to surprise 5 lucky people who registered to come to that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So with that said, I appreciate you all. Thanks for hanging out. Come hang out the next couple of days of the Think and Grow Rich Challenge. And with that said, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and we'll see you mañana. Bye, everybody.
Russell Brunson, and I am kind of freaking out right now. I'm so excited. I just got a brand new phone. This is called my Funnel Hacker phone. And in this phone, I'm actually setting up a private community where I have a chance to text with my funnel hackers, with people like you about entrepreneurship and business and personal development and all the fun things that we love to talk about. And inside of this phone, I've been sending cool stuff that I don't send anywhere else except for people in my texting community. And I want to invite you to be part of it. Now, a couple things. Number one, the first thing I need you to do is grab your phone right now, and I want you to actually text me, okay? The phone number is 208-231-3797. I'll probably have it above or below or somewhere, but the number again is 208-231-3797. Text me right now. Text me, hey, text me, what's up, whatever you want to do, and that's the first step. The second step is my goal is I want to get 50,000 entrepreneurs and business owners and funnel hackers on my phone here in the next, before the end of the year. So that's my goal and my game plan, and I need your help. If you will help me to get 50,000 people on here, I'm going to invite 5 of you to come here and fly to my office. We're going to hang out, and I'm going to spend a day with you, coaching you on your business. The first half of the day, I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to brainstorm your funnels, your structure, your offer, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to have my top copywriter help you with your copy, our funnel builders, our designers. We're all going to come in and tag team and spend a day with 5 of you here in the office. It's going to be so much fun. So that's the prize. That's the reward. The way you can win that reward is, number one, you have to text me. If you haven't texted me yet, you are not eligible to be part of this. I need you to text me so you can be part of my texting community, okay? Again, the number is 208 208-231-3797. I'm going to memorize that number, but as of right now, it is 208-231-3797. Text me. That's number one. Number two is every single time you help me to share this message, you get a vote. That means if you like the video down below, you get an extra vote. If you comment down below, you get an extra vote. You share this video, you get an extra vote. Okay? And if you comment again, you get another extra vote. Okay? At the end of this, after we have 50,000 people who are on my texting platform, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 of you guys to come to our offices here in Boise. We're going to spend a day going deep into your funnels, your business. It's going to be so much fun. You work with me, my copywriters, my designers, my funnel builders, and we're going to get your business up and launched live. This is a free gift for 5 of you guys. So again, the way to win, text me. Stop everything you're doing. Pause this. Text me. 208-231-3797. So what do you got to do right now? You know what to do. Text me.